is Dave Lorenzo, and I'd like to take a few moments this afternoon to show you guys the new Artisan rendering component that's going to be available in IntelliCAD 8.2. This rendering component is a little more advanced than the DaVinci rendering component. It's a little more photorealistic, a little easier to use to apply materials. So let's take a look. First thing we can do is open up a model here. This is a multi-tool model that I downloaded from GrabCAD. And let's just take a quick look at the layers. This has a few different layers for stainless, rubber, the rivet, the anodized material. And we can use the Artisan tools to be able to apply materials to these different layers very quickly. As all this geometry will be translated over so that Artisan can apply the materials. So we just come over to View, we hit the Artisan button, and as you'll see down here in the left corner, it's starting to convert the model, and it's loading Artisan and bringing the model in. And here we have it. So here's our rendered object. Let's talk a little bit about navigating with Artisan. So it has some navigation tools here, but really everything you need is right on the mouse. So as I move my mouse around here, I've got just a dynamic 3D rotation capability in the left button. The middle mouse button, or the rolling button, I can zoom in and zoom out. If I press the mouse wheel down, then I have the ability to pan. So you can see once you get used to it, you can quickly navigate your model and looking at it from different angles, rotate it around, or zoom in or out, pan the model very quickly, all with just your standard mouse buttons. So up here, as you can see, we have materials here on the side. We've clicked this material button here. Lighting will show us different lighting options that we can work with. Backgrounds, we have different background objects that we can work with. So let's get started. We'll go in here and we'll apply some materials onto our object. And I'm going to go through and just go right into the car paint materials. And I'm just going to say I want a black rivet here. I want to have a dark red material that's anodized red there. And I'm just going to use a silver metallic here for my stainless. And let's go in and apply some sort of rubber material here to this little patch inside here. Alright, so now you'll notice as I move the object around, I have different lighting highlights, and this dynamic rendering is really excellent quality, so you really can just use a snapshot here directly from from this dynamic rendering. But you can also get a better quality by using either the quick or the full render options. So let's take a look at that. Maybe we might want to adjust our lighting or backgrounds. Here, for example, I can drop in a black background and I'm going to adjust I can adjust my light rotation so I can see, just get those reflections just right the way I want them for the type of lighting that I currently have. I can also adjust things like the shadows, the reflection, and I'm going to do a little bit of reflection here for this background. I'm just going to say 0.2 for that. And then I'll do a quick render so you can see the different quality. Here you can see that we've generated a bit of a reflection on this background surface, so you can see that. It might be a little bit too much. It might be a little bit distracting to have this in, so we could tone that down to say 0.1 or something, which would look great. So as you can see, again, it's very quick to add materials and do your rendering. Let's look at some different background options here. So we've got these are our abstract backgrounds, and again, you just drag and drop them in here, and you can have some interesting backgrounds for your part. These don't really fit too well for the particular part. So let's go in and we'll take a look at also the 3D background options, which are really kind of cool. For example, if you wanted to put this this multi-tool on a desk in an office, well, there it is. So you can see this is a 3D background. So as I rotate the part around, I can see the part on this table in the office. it's really uh, a pretty cool way to see parts, kind of a normal size, a small part like a telephone or um, speakers or anything that would fit like on a tabletop. This is a really cool way to be able to create an image of that particular part. Um, Also, and this is a 3D background, so this is dynamically rotating around so you keep the correct perspective to the tabletop. But there's also 2D backgrounds. Let's take a look at we looked at abstract already, but there's a variety of other backgrounds that you can look at, like urban backgrounds, which are kind of cool. Not really applicable to this object, but let's just go look at tables, for example. And this is just a 2D background. I'll just kind of rotate my object here a little bit, and I'll throw in this, and you can see now that my background's not changing with the part, but you could easily adjust your part to sit on this particular background and look like it's in that particular perspective. In fact, let's grab this guy down here, which is kind of fun. We'll just take our part here and we'll rotate it around and make it fit within this this kitchen. So we can see what it looks like here. And again, you can scale this up or down so it's in relative scale with the rest of this image. And then of course you can rotate it and get it in the correct perspective view that you want. The other thing you can do is you can adjust your shadow orientation. So like here, as I rotate this around, like this shadow really wouldn't work too well right here because my cup is here and it's casting a shadow, but then I've got this bright spot on my multi-tool, so I might want to just kind of rotate this around to where it's kind of like that, so it looks like this cup is sort of casting a shadow there. Alright, so we have this now, and the other thing I might do is lighten up this reflection a little bit. Let's make this like 0.15, and then we'll do a quick render so you can see this. And again, it makes a nice photorealistic image of our part, placing it on a kitchen countertop. Here you can see that there's the slight reflection of this on the material. It looks great. So very, very quick and easy way to get a photorealistic image from 3D models from IntelliCAD. Hey, thanks for watching.